Mrs. Soffes's class. It's like the world doesn't want us to be together because this is the second video that I have to make and we can't meet live. But we're going to get through it because we are resilient, we are strong minded, and we got to learn about science. So the last video was an introduction to myself and who I am, your first assignment, your first task, which is beautiful. But now we got to strap on the seatbelt. We got to buckle down and learn. I got to talk and maybe a little slower pace, but we got to learn about how science is going to work this school year. So there I am again. It's the same presentation. There I am laughing so hard I'm crying and reading a beautiful book on the beach, but we're moving along because we've done this. Oh yeah, we know about me. We know how we're feeling. We're feeling good. Expectations. All right, expectations. Let's talk about this. All right, number one, respect one another. This is my number one rule. It's the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. But I really mean this in the class because the classroom is a safe place where learning takes place. And in order for learning to take place, everyone has to feel comfortable and respected the fact that they can share their ideas. They may ask questions without worrying that another classmate may laugh at them, make fun of them, or think negatively of them. All right, we need to treat others with respect. So when someone's talking, we need to be respectful, mute ourselves, or if we're in person, listen while they share. All right, we need to be kind and be willing to help one another learn because this is a team effort. Learning is collaborative. I can't talk. I need to drink a little water. And learning cannot be done just on your own. You need a team and a community to help you learn together. Adopting a growth mindset. This may be a new phrase, a growth mindset. And the growth mindset is basically the belief that you can do anything that you set your mind to. You're not going to say, I can't do this, or it's too hard. Now, there may be a new topic or something that is challenging to you, but the more practice you get and the more you learn and come into contact with something, it will hopefully become easier. And so then we tackle that. We're growing. We're all growing. Learning is about growing. We're never staying in place. We don't want to regress. We want to get better and grow in our understanding. So I'm going to challenge you this school year to adopt that growth mindset, the feeling that you can accomplish anything. Turn in your assignments on time. Everything is for a grade. We're starting not to grade, but we're starting to prepare yourself for 4th and 5th grade. So we really want to start getting in the habit of when I do assign a task that we need to turn it in on time. It's holding yourself accountable, and so nothing else piles up on you. We need to use Google Classroom or Google Meets appropriately. So by using Google Classroom, this is a tool that we're going to use where I am posting information, tools for you. All right, this is not a place to have chats or inappropriate conversations. If you want to talk with your friends offline, go ahead and do it. I want you to have that interaction with the classmates, especially because you're not in person. But Google Classroom is to be used for academic work and academic purposes. So if I ask you to comment on someone's post, go ahead and comment, but keep it academic related. And if it's social about what you're doing, if you want to play Fortnite, if you want to, watch live stream something together, you can do that, text or go on Instagram, whatever you kids do these days. Jamboard. Jamboard is a tool. I posted a tutorial about how to use it, and Jamboard is a tool that we're going to be using to help share our ideas. Another expectation is I need you to do your best. If you do your best and you give your all and you really give 100%, then you're going to be fine. Learning will happen when you do your best. Google Meet. I know Mrs. Soffes has probably talked about that. I'm going to talk about it again. Keep your backgrounds the same, plain everyone, whatever is behind you. Right, me, I got a bookcase. I got a shining light back there. Use your background. Embrace your surroundings. I really want to keep us from using the chat, but if we do use the chat, if I ask you to post a question or post a comment, use it appropriately, using kind words. We're not using inappropriate word or language. School attire. You already probably know this. Come to school in your outfit. I don't want to see you in your pajamas. I don't want to see that you're wearing the Elsa, shirt to bed. I don't need to know that. I really don't. If you have to go to the bathroom or want to go get a drink of water, just send me a chat like, hey, Mr. Berglund, I'm going to get a drink of water. I'll be back in 30 seconds. I'll be like, cool. You got to go do it because you know what? You got to hydrate. Raise your hand. So I do not have the luxury of being able to meet you unless Google Meets changes their platform. Right now, the only person is the host of the meeting, so that would be Mrs. Soffes. So only she can mute yourself. So most likely, or you will have to mute and unmute yourself. So we have, when I'm talking, please be respectful of that and just wait, just like class. If you have a question or comment, raise your hand and I will call on you, I promise. And if I don't call on you right away, that means I'm continuing to finish my thought, because if I call on you in the middle of my thought, I may forget about it, then I'm on this track, and then I start crying. We don't want to see that. All right. So using your science tools the right way, you're going to be getting a lot of tools and equipment that can be dangerous, that should be not put in your mouth. I repeat, nothing should go in your mouth. I want to make that 100% clear, because if we were in person and I saw you doing that, no strike policy, I'm taking away from you, and we're talking to the parents, all right? Use the tools the right way. I want you to use your senses so you can feel it, smell it at a safe distance. You can look at it, right? You can shake it, you can try and hear it, but nothing goes in your mouth. You may have some sharp objects. Be very careful with them, all right? We're going to have a science attention getter. So we're going to be talking. I'm going to go science, and you're going to say rules, and after you say rules, it's going to be quiet. Students' rights. All right, you may be wondering, Mr. Bergen, what are students' rights? So this is what you, the student, are entitled to, all right? You have the right to make a contribution to an attentive, responsive audience. So what does this mean? Let's break this down. And you're like, Mr. Bergen, in English, I'm in 3rd grade. All right, you have the right to share ideas to a class that is listening and responds to you, all right? Because you may have a question that another student can answer, or maybe you have a comment that someone wants to add on, or maybe you have to say something which is a contribution and someone disagrees with you. But in order to disagree with you, they have to be attentive and listening and then respond in a respectful manner. So you have the right to share your ideas, and it's up to the other students to listen and to respond appropriately. You have the right to ask questions. None of us know everything, all right? We're still learning growth mindset. Ask questions. There's no such thing as a silly question, and I encourage you to ask your questions. Just raise your hand. You can ask. You can say, Mr. Berglund, or you can ask me a question on Google Classroom, or send me an email. That's fine. You have the right to be treated civilly with respect. You should not be made fun of. It goes back to being respectful. I do not want my students in my classroom, or you're in my class. I'm sure Ms. Soffes is saying the same thing, and all your teachers. We want to treat each other civilly, like humans, like respectful adults. Treat each other how you want to be treated. You have the right to have your ideas discussed, not you. So if someone says a comment that people want to discuss in a respectful academic manner, I want that. But we should not be making fun of the person who says that. We should be discussing. If we want to disagree with what someone has to say, we should be discussing that idea. So if I say that the world is flat, you may disagree with me, and that's totally fine, because you may think, no, what? I've seen a globe. I've been on an airplane. I see that we go around, all right? So you may disagree. Like, Mr. Berglund, I disagree with you because, and you explain why. But we're not going to say, Mr. Berglund, you're wrong. You have no idea what you're talking about. Get out of here. That's not respectful, and that's not how we're going to do it. Student obligations. You are obligated to speak loudly enough for others to hear you. That should go without saying, but because we're in Google Meet, it may be hard to hear you. So speak up loudly for others to hear you. And when we're hopefully in person, speak up loudly then. You're obligated. I'm asking you to listen for understanding. You may have someone that you don't like, that you're not friends with, or there may be an opinion that you don't agree with, but still listen. Listen, try to understand what other people are coming from by understanding other people's perspectives. They may help you see something in a different way, or by listening for understanding, then you can disagree with someone and we can have these academic discussions. And you're obligated, asking you to disagree and explain why. It's not to say, Mr. Berglund, you're wrong that the earth is flat. Okay. Now explain why you think that I'm wrong. What is your opinion? What are your facts? All right? I think we can do this, and we're going to have great discussions in class. Science journals. We all are going to get science journals. You might have used them last year with Mrs. Savoy, but we're going to use them all. Use these journals as a tool to take notes. You're going to open them. We're going to be talking about energy. All right, what is some energy? What is kinetic energy? What is potential energy? All right, you're going to be writing down definitions. You're going to be writing notes. We're going to be doing investigations. We're going to be making observations. Where are we going to write those observations and notes? In our science journals. Hot diggity dog. That's what we're going to be using them for, all right? So it's up to you. I'm not going to be telling you all the time, Take out your journals, take notes. It's on you because we're in third grade and we're preparing for fourth and fifth grade to start the initiative to start writing your own notes and taking notes when you think it's appropriate. I may not think that you need to know something, but you maybe know yourself better than I do. So you're like, you know what? I should probably write this down because it's going to help me learn and understand this concept better. I had signed and sent home worksheets for you in a science packet. So when we fill that out, you're going to write your name and the date, and you can post it in your science journal. All right, but we want to post it chronologically. So let's just say this was my science journal, right? And we have February 22nd, and we take notes. When it comes to our next class, which is February 23rd, I don't want to be skipping 6 pages and starting February 23rd. We want it to be chronologically. So I turn the page, February 22nd, turn the page, February 23rd, February 24th, one page. I want to make sure that we can keep track of it, all right? And you'd be like, wow, this is going to be a lot of work. And it might be, but this is a tool for you. I'm doing this for you to help you have all your learning, all your notes, everything that you need to understand what you learned about is right here. You just flip through it and learn it. And if you take notes the right way and you use it, this will help you. And I can't do it right now when we're in virtual, but when we do go back to being in person, I'm going to check and I want to see that you're taking notes. I'm going to be documenting who's taking notes and who's doing their work. All right. Then how this class will work. All right, we're going to be doing synchronous, which means live. We're going to be doing live investigations. And for those rare days when I'm not able to be in person like today, we would be doing asynchronous investigations where I am doing a demonstration and I'm posting the video for you to watch. All right, we're going to be having synchronous live discussions. So that's where the students' rights come in. We're going to be having live discussions and we're going to be talking back and forth. What do you agree? Do you agree with this idea that someone had, or do you disagree? We're going to have asynchronous. So asynchronous again means offline, not in real time. So we're going to have discussions on Google Classroom, on Jamboard, all right? And we're going to be respectful. And we're going to post and comment and have those discussions just like we were in class, all right? And then exit tickets. You're like, what are exit tickets? So exit tickets are a tool that I use to help me understand where you are at so I can better meet your needs. So an exit ticket will take place either during class or may post a form on Google Classroom. So basically, if you remember that questionnaire that I asked you to fill out, that would be an exit ticket. So I could post after our first investigation on energy, what did you learn today? Another question would be, what are you still concerned or confused about? And another question could be, how could I better help you? And these are questions I need you to answer honestly. And by answering and telling me what you're still concerned about, that helps me know, oh, some of these students still don't understand this concept about light or reflection. And then I can go back to the next class and address it. I'm not going to say, oh, Logan or someone else didn't understand it. No, I'm just going to be anonymous, but I'm still going to go back and readdress it so that those students who are confused about certain topics, I can maybe help explain, or we can dig into it about a little bit better. All right? Disregard the grades. You are not getting a grade. It's still a pass, no pass, because you're in third grade, but in fourth and fifth grade, you will be getting graded. And in order to prepare you for fourth and fifth grade, we're still going to be doing quizzes. This is just another tool for me to understand where you are at in your understanding of each topic. All right. So I still need you to study, do your best. All right. All assignments will be posted on Google Classroom. And I may post and say, you know what, you have an exit ticket or you have a response or a journal entry on Google Classroom, but I may say, you know what, go answer this on Jamboard. Go answer this on Flipgrid. There may be different platforms that I direct you to, but everything that you need to do, you will know about it on Google Classroom, and then I'll send you other places to go to find and complete that activity. All right, I know I'm going through a lot of things, but you guys can do this, all right? I know you can. So again, remember your first assignment was the questionnaire. If you haven't done it, please do it. It will help me learn more about you. You can ask me those 3 silly, random questions that you want to. All right. And now you have a task. All right. So I'm going to go back to our slides. You have a task. Let's practice. So you are going to go on to, you are going to go onto Jamboard. And sorry, I don't know why it's doing this. I want you to go onto Jamboard. So right here is what I want you to do. I will have these following slides. What is a scientist? What do scientists do? And how do we use science? So I will post the link to your Jamboard link in Google Classroom for you to fill out. All right. And if you watch the tutorial that I post on how to use Jamboard and what Jamboard is, you will be able to answer. So you're going to go over to your Jamboard screen and you're going to answer. What is a scientist? What do scientists do? What is a scientist in your opinion? You're going to come over to the sticky note and you're going to type your answer. And you're going to click save and you're going to post it. You have to post at least once. And for this one, I need your name in this so that I know that you watched the video and you did your work. So you're going to post Mr. Berglund, and then you're going to say, a scientist is someone who ... You're going to click save. And your work is there. Then you're going to go up here. You're going to click the next frame. That goes, what do scientists do? And then you're going to go over to sticky note. You're going to post your name again, Mr. Berglund. Scientists study ... You're going to click save, and it's going to post. And your name is right here, so I know that Mr. Berglund watched the video and did the work, because that's the only way you're going to know about this. And then you're going to go to the third slide. What do you like about science? What is your favorite topic? Again, I'm going to come over to the sticky note. Mr. Berglund, my name. My favorite topic is blank. I like learning about ... And you're going to post your answer. All right? So I hope this answers any questions that you have about science this year. Once again, disregard the grades because you're not getting graded. All right? And that's just so you can see what the 4th and 5th graders are going to have to do, their percentages. But again, we're going to have a fantastic school year. I'm super excited about it. Sorry again that our second class meeting is virtual, but sometimes that happens. Fill out the Jamboard. I want to see your ideas. We'll discuss it later. But until then, have a great rest of your day.